As always, I'll be a few moments. Okay, let's get this refreshed. Hey, Neil. Welcome. Just getting all the fun stuff started up here. Oh, well, hello again. I just got to do my usual check, make sure I've got all my sounds and my videos. And it looks like we're good to go. So I was thinking of some walking around, but I'm thinking I might want to build a real tower instead of just a nerd pole where I have it. Oops. First, okay, well, those definitely show up a lot better than before. Small addition. Change the slots. Okay, so I've got, there you go, there. We're gonna put some, if I can let go at the right time, put some crenellations over here. Some real light. There we go. It's going to be hard to put all the torches in the right spot until I can get rid of all the phantom lights that I've got. But the dev has offered to see what he can do, so I sent him this world. So most of what I do today is going to be just exploring, and the other is going to be just maybe some outdoor constructions that I might want to do in the future. Some of these are going to have torches on them, but I don't know which ones yet. Those would look so much. Those up there would look so much better if I could do what I've done down there, which is put torches inside, which give off weird little light things, which are really cool. I got a couple of interesting building tricks and tips to get weird lighting and such. Really, that's 50? Dang, that's a lot. Let's take 2 stacks this time. And this doesn't count. Thank you. Just in case. Yeah, I was trying. Send some back here. What I am going to do is I'm going to put a torch, a bunch of torches down, and then pick them back up again and see if that torch placing bug is gone. Or torch removal bug anyway, I mean. And if it is, then we're good to go. I think I got a hole over here to patch too. Oh, well, that worked beautifully. Oh, it appears to be fixed over here. Figure if I put a one on every one of these top pieces, if there's a buggy spot, I gotta be able to find it. I also told the dev to take a step behind those stairs over there. Told him to make sure he had a resource monitor running. And that his room would get a little warmer. These ones came back too before. Yeah. Well, it looks to me like the that bug is fixed. I don't see any of those torches coming back. Wait. Didn't I take these two down? Ah, it's not fixed yet. I had my hopes up. I'm not going to bother fixing that. One quick second here. how high did I put those? So 1, 2, 4 high. And synced. Okay. My new little stairway that I made yesterday. And I like how these green torches just stand out. I should put one more torch. Let's go this way. Just enjoy some of this beautiful scenery. Maybe go hunting. There's plenty of wildlife. A little bit of iron and some copper after a long drop. All these holes in the ground. I wonder how the ground actually stays up. Oh, right over his neck. So which way am I going again? Perfect. Well, you got to, you need, what is it, gold? There it is. So you need 6 wood, 4 gold, and a piece of copper. In that orientation. And when you strip mine an area like I did, you come across several nodes of gold. And the compass has 2 uses to it. one, it's, it's your basic compass, but it also lets you know how close you are to bedrock or the maximum building height of 800 blocks. It's one of those recipes you find when you're walking around. I think I got them all now. Yeah, I went and got them all. But you find them on the grass. You won't find any in the desert. You didn't see how far I explored. I think I'm running at 200 view, and it's still only 20 generate. So any land I haven't been on just ain't there for me to see. Got to be within 20 chunks of it for it to generate. Oh yeah, and the compass never points to your home. We might get one in the future that does, which will be a separate device that we have to craft. But the compass doesn't point to your home, it actually points to north. As so many of us found out the hard way. I laugh. First game I played, couldn't find a desert to save my life in it. I walked and walked and walked, circles and circles, couldn't find a desert nowhere. Other things happened on that world and I gave it up. And then, my next world, boom, there's a desert. It's like right within my spawning 20 chunks. It's like, oh yeah, it was pretty big. And then there were 3 or 4 more deserts right close by to it. I'm like, well, where were you in my last world? So some people's first world just has nothing in it. No desert, it's all grass and hills. And other people, it's like, oh, there's a desert. Oh, there's another desert. Oh, there's a third desert. Never too much desert. This is how I make glass. I strip a desert bare. Yeah, no, I haven't done that yet. And that would be kind of insane to strip a desert bare. Mind you, last I saw on our multiplayer co-op world, it's just a round robin thing. We pass the file back and forth. What I saw last on there was Chibi was working on making an ocean. I was like, well, if you're making an ocean, I'm gonna have to put a little island in there. We're gonna have a weird looking desert that's not gonna quite conform to what a desert should. Yeah, we don't have actual real water, so we're using the animated water block. And actually, with the animated block, if you put it under glass, oh, you can get some pretty interesting effects, visual effects off of it. It's like it keeps wanting me to jump, and I'm like, no, I don't want to jump off. You can't make me jump. It hurts, don't you understand? Then I have to run all the way back here again. Whoa! Stop looking at the beautiful scenery and watch that you don't fall into a hole like this. Looks like I got some sort of weather incoming. I had snow on yesterday, but that hurt my eyes very badly because it was so bright white. So I turned that off. Now the only weather that can affect is rain. Climb, no, but you can make stairs or spiral staircase or just a regular. I don't want to use either of those. There's also this fun trick. Get on top, and you can climb like that. That's a fun way to climb. And then when you finally get to the top, as far up as you want to go, make a second block. Make sure you use... It's easier with a powered crystal because it reaches further, but you can use the elevator. Yeah, and then after you've built a path, then you can just fly up. Again, it works better if you have if you got a crystal in your hand, because it reaches further on top of being able to place multiple blocks. There's a few people that have built up on those. I'm contemplating it at some point. I want to find a nice cluster of these things. Just lots of floaties and not much in the way connected to the ground. I might do something interesting, bridge them all together or something. It looks so cool. And with all the cool blocks on the workshop, you can never run out of interesting blocks to build with. And if you do run out of interesting blocks to build with, you can always make your own blocks. Oh, wow. That's quite the tunnel. Oh, the tunnel's in there. Okay. I like when it does stuff like that. Oh, neat. Both teleports. Hang on, I'm going to torture my system for a second. There we go. Hi, birdie. Doesn't look like quite as much from up here. Off we go. Gotta remember not to actually hold my controller. Oh, this looks like a little bit of a... Is it smart to go mountain climbing at dusk? I'm kind of unsure of my footing right now. I'm just following the red flowers. Not too bad. Let's get up to the top of this little knoll. I spent so much time building in the desert that I don't recall having so many clouds in my night sky. Well, that was a long and scary night. Which is something that's going to change once we get survival. I'm going to take... My nights will not be short once we get enemy mobs coming after us. Nope. My night and day are going to be... My days are going to be a little shorter, because right now they're max. And my nights are going to be a little longer, because right now they're minimum. Which makes it really good for charging crystals while you're building. Then you can just leave them out there after they're saved. Exactly. I'll have to actually place torches down around us so we can... Well, if you're like me and you take the really dark for night, you'll need to put torches down. I could take another... I could lighten up my night so I could see almost as clear as day. But I think this is going to be more fun like that. Able to hear those buggers stumbling around, but won't be able to see them. Yeah, like I said, there is an option. There's 4 options for the darkness. So yeah, you can make it change it, right? Settings, visual, night darkness. See, I've got it on dark. You've probably got it on realistic. If you put it on bright or brightest, you'll see everything. Like It gets kind of dark for a second and then it gets a different light, and that's about it. Okay, I'm gonna have to quickly log because it doesn't like taking screenshots for some reason. I don't see much point in the night until we have monsters. And I'll be all over it. Going the right way. Okay, I need another mountain I can somehow climb to the top of. And again, I don't think I'll be seeing past those. Yeah, the 20 chunk distance is great when you're on the ground, but if you're higher up, you can see past past where you've spawned. There's a mountainy type hill. And view distance only counts like that way. It doesn't count if you're looking down at an angle. It only counts how far that way you're looking. Yeah, I can't see past that, can I? Just trying to give my skyline a little bit of depth. Did a lot of work up at near the top of our building areas, so I quickly saw the need. Every time you look around, it's like, oh, I can't see very far. So having mountains is really nice. Then you only have to go that far. As long as it's on the same plane, you just grab it with both hands and drag it. But you can't move it from like this level to that level. So if you need to move it off of the plane that you've put it on, then you'll need to break it with an axe, and it has to be empty when you break it. Right. I know which way I want to go, and death is not a part of it. I don't know what changed, but you can walk up 1 meter high edges now, as long as you move a little bit. Some of these valleys go deep. Let's see. Oh. Hey, you're not that deep. Or not that bad. That one. That's just a Steam screenshot. Alright, but how do I get out of here again? Oh. Need some more pictures for my slideshow before my streams. So, another reason for the walk around today. Oh, I love those. There was one, on my last world, there was this one mountain where it was like, it was wide, but when you came on the edge, it was like, you know, this wide. It was like super narrow. It was such a cool looking edge. Yeah, I did post a screenshot of it at one point, way back. I think it's still up on my Steam. Should be in the screenshots on Discord somewhere. But you're looking, that's a ways back. If you got a really good system, you can go into your INI files and extend your view distance even further than the 200 max that he's got hard-coded. You gotta wonder what happened here, eh? What happened to the side of this mountain? Did a dwarf get to it? But these are actually nice for using the elevator. Again, watch where you're going. Watch where you're going. Yeah, okay. Here's a this is basically what it was like. Like that. But it was like 3 of those things. When you look on the side, it looks like this huge mountain piece. Turns out it's just a couple of slices. It's not a good shot. Oh, I can show you another trick too. First, let's turn off, let's enable invincibility. So there's this thing called flight. It's kind of a cheat, but the dev knows about it, and he's decided to say that it's a feature. Which I think is pretty cool. Go. With the bucket. You just press your bucket button really quick, and you'll go upwards. Let go, you fall down, press and hold, and then just direct yourself around with your sticks. Don't get your head stuck in something. If you get your head stuck in a piece of dirt, it will stop you, and you'll have to teleport to get out of it. But other than that, there's not really much not to do. Don't do it if you've got your health bars on. Otherwise, you will die. I used to do a lot of this. Because, you know, why not? The dev keeps pushing the flight. Pretty much. The dev keeps pushing it every so often. You'll see him post do the fly command for the bot, and the bot will post Chibi's video on how to fly. So we know for sure that the dev is 100% behind using it. That may change with survival and multiplayer, but as it stands now, he's okay with it. Whoa. Okay, I gotta climb up and make sure home is this way. Because I'm getting that wonderful, I think I'm lost feeling. I mean, I think I know where I am, but I think I'm lost. But I think I know where I'm going. Well, of course, I always know where I'm going. Wherever my feet is pointing. The question is my feet's pointing in the right directions? And don't freak out when you see floating trees like that. The trees generate before the terrain under them. as I get closer, you'll see dirt and the rest of the land form underneath it. I think home's over there. This is where I should have been doing the thing that Dave does, which is he leaves markers on his path so that he can find his way home. Yes, and our constant companion, the Death Star, is gone. He fixed that a while back, too. We had a big black spot that followed us around right over us wherever we went. And I guess I could have been leaving torches. But I wasn't going this direction when I changed direction. Do I even know where I'm going anymore? Hey, sure, I'll just keep walking up, pulling myself up these 1 meter steps. Didn't think we were supposed to be able to do that. Wow. And once I figure out where home is, it's a little more difficult when you don't want to die. I mean, that is ultimately the easiest way to find your home is to die. It's definitely not the most efficient way to do it. Thinking it might be time to take flight. So far, none. But at the same time, when I'm going to do something I know is going to kill me, I turn off the death. So it's not really a fair assessment. I think I am going to take flight. Okay, it's got to be that way. Sorry, no more flight. Okay, I think it's the first time I've ever seen a floating block this close to the ground. First time I've ever seen that, I'm sure. And this might be a fun place to build those bridges one day. My lost underground city. Maybe I'll come back over here and build my flying city. That one will be a little more difficult. Especially if we have flying mobs by then. Oh. Whoa! No. Hopefully that will also be added with or after as part of the survival. So we're kind of hoping for rudimentary farming. And, you know, being able to replant trees and flowers would be nice to do around some of our constructions because you never know exactly where you want that tree. So you cut them all down and then you're like, that would be a good spot for a tree. You got no trees. Find it difficult building around existing flora. did take quite a walk. And be careful walking. You may find a hole. If you're fast enough on the walk back, you might be able to not drop in. Oh, there's home. Since I know where home is, let's open up some of the land on this side. You guys can probably see my tower better than me. Or Nerd Pole. Full version? No. He doesn't like giving ETAs for anything because ETAs always, the only thing ETAs do is disappoint the players. Because invariably there's some bug or something that comes up that just makes it hard to meet the date that he said. So, cutie, and cutie. So yeah, he doesn't give ETAs, but if you follow the beta branch, the beta build discussion, you'll be up to date on everything that's coming as it's coming down the line. When he squashes bugs and he brings something new in, and he squashes bugs and he brings something new in, and he squashes bugs. The player base does a good job of keeping him on his toes. This is a critter that I shot. Oh, you look scary. Rawr. Rawr. I think they come in different sizes. Oh, these guys come in a ton of colors. Yeah, look how tiny this guy is compared to the other one. The other ones I was looking at. Good thing about the desert, no holes. Bad thing about the desert, no resources under it. Sand and stone are the only resources in the desert. These, sadly, don't give you nothing. I want a cacti. And you can clear these guys out with your shovel. I don't know, my CPU frame rate, like it fell asleep or something. That's gonna spawn in. That's gonna generate in a second or two. I was like, wow, they got a shelf of sand. There's a mountain. Oh, now it's getting bigger. That might be another good one for an underground. Or even at the top. Like a village at the top of that thing. There we go. Now we're generating. Yeah. I think like a dwarf. Mountain dwarves. Used to read a lot of Dragonlance, and of all the places that I read about, the Dwarven Kingdom was the one I wanted to visit the most. Sure, I could have gone to the two elven nations, but the dwarves were the ones that sounded like they had the coolest place to live. I think it's time to reboot my PC as well. That'll be a tomorrow thing, though. Let's just say in the real world, I've also got issues with extreme heights and cramped spaces. And I find with the amount of torture I put my system through, every 3 days. And go harvest a whole bunch of sand and dirt and go into the middle of the biggest desert you can find and build it there. Okay, yeah, pretty much any height where I don't have a railing between me and the drop. How's that sound? Tried scaling the wall behind our parliament here, and yeah, got stuck about halfway. Then I broke the golden rule and I looked down. And we were free climbing. I also got an issue with cramped spaces, so, you know. So the one thing I'm glad that VR doesn't impart upon you, the claustrophobia. I didn't weigh much back then, so you know. I should give you some. And now that I've gotten used to the fact that nothing will happen if I step off in VR, other than a digital character dies, no problems in the game. Love how every so often you get the right angle and these mountains just look like animals, dragons. I had a piece of land, little mountain thingy like that on my last world that looked a lot like a dragon, and I used to say hi to him every time I passed, which was quite often. So I was moving several chests worth of stuff from one storage location to another. Don't think I'm gonna make it back home before dark. Uh-oh. Oh well. Send and restart. It's really cool. Saves every 10 seconds. What did I lose? 5 seconds? 7 seconds? Yeah, don't send archers after me. I know, I'll just dig a hole and hide. We'll have to make our own camps when we're out. Drop a bunch of torches around us, because that's all we got for light. Hopefully, night mobs will be drawn to fire, so... I keep putting my fingers together to block out the light, but it doesn't seem to work when your fingers are always splayed. I'm just going to paint this giant target on my back, and front, and side, and everywhere else. Yeah, we can't climb our trees yet. That's something he did talk about, is allowing us to physically climb in game. And if he does that, he may remove, or we may ask for this to be removed. Because if you can climb, just grab the edge and up you go. You're rocking. There. Now I actually have something to survey when I look around. As you can see with my 200 view distance, it's I've still got a lot to work on. I'm at 200, right? Yeah. Oh, nice. And Kaya Scroll was number 37, I think. That's not what I want. I'm only halfway up. Look at that. I'm only 400, and I'm only 400 blocks from bedrock. I could still go another 400 up. Yeah, it's a amazing view from up here. So yeah, it looks kind of like a short-snouted bird, short-beaked bird. And there. That gives a little feeling of vertigo. Ow. Yeah, just think how far we'll be able to see in next generation video cards. You want a world bigger than what you can see, you're going to need a big hard drive. Officially, there's no jump, but I beg to differ. You hit some of these 1 meter high blocks at the right speed, at the right angle, and when you do hit the ground, you will bounce. Oh, you get one good bounce, and yeah, then you stop. Unless, of course, your health's on, then it's one thud. I wonder if you could hit the ground so hard you fell through it. Bouncy, bouncy, bouncy. So yeah, you're gonna fiddle with your settings, tweak the best distance, and yeah, be careful of these. Apparently, you can fix them like that. I wonder if it'll still trigger with picking up a plant. That's one of the things is sometimes, and you can't track it down because it's inconsistent. But every so often you'll see a block, like a see-through block like that. You go and pick up a flower or something, and then you're standing on a chunk of nothing. You relog, everything's back, no problem, no lasting issues. You may drop a few things that were sitting on the ground. That's about it. But log out, place a block, fixes it immediately. me get that mountain filled in. Looks like the desert's doing pretty good filling in. I still got some space over here. And I can still see home way back there. Like I said, that pole's only halfway as high as it can be. Yeah, we'll build a watchtower, kind of like I had on the other world. There's another... Yeah. But I always get myself disoriented. I wander off in one direction or another, and then when I'm going all nice and straight and I know exactly where everything is, it's like, ooh, piece of candy, and goodbye. My direction sense in this game is getting to be what it was in the real world. Usually helps to actually know the terrain properly that you're running over. That way you see things you are familiar with. But no, I think that one time was enough. I built that pole to find it up, to always be able to find home. Let's get around this side of the mountain. Hopefully you don't have too many people with heart conditions. Oh, nice trench. I think I'm gonna run back. What, you guys didn't sign up for this? I thought you did. You've read the agreement that changed 5 minutes ago? Nice. I think I'm almost at 60 views of the Arizona Sunshine stream. Wow, lighting's messed up. Oh, there it is. I was expecting the rain. Initially, I was like, I turned off the snow. Oh, is it nighttime too? It looks like it's coming on night. And you can see the sun coming through the holes in the mountains. That's awesome. Somehow that broke on one of my worlds. Sky's too light. These controllers don't let me cross my arms. Good night, Chaos Crow. Get a good night's sleep. And hopefully I'll see you again, and hope you continue to enjoy playing this game. There we go. Now it's dark. And all I can see is the birds and the rain. Oh, there's some stars. Now it's night. Can't see nothing. And my two overlays blind me in this. There we go. I'd like to be able to place some grass in my place and have the grass be green instead of just a dirt block. I have to find some way of getting sunlight into my place. Again? Yeah, I crashed it. So I think my computer is telling me that it's time for me to reboot and played enough today. So I'd like to thank Blind Neil and uh, Kaya Scro for joining me today, and everybody else who watches and has watched. Thank you all as well. I will be back tomorrow. I think I might be trying something different tomorrow. We'll see. Until then, everybody have a good night.